Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. In today's video, I'm going to explain how to design a Power Apps dashboard where you can track the number of requests and priorities and reports, everything in one app. And also, I will show you something. Recently, we developed some products by using the technologies like Power Apps, Power Automate, and SharePoint as a data source. So, if you want to try that products, you can come to this spgreets.com page. Under these products you can able to see. So here the recently uploaded products are travel authorization Power Apps app and Power Apps expense claims request app. If you are interested to use this application, you can come to this page and you can download the complete solution over here. And we are also providing the video, so you can it will be helpful for guiding the application functionalities. And in this page only we have explained about the each Power Apps screen like that we have used in that app. So that functionality we have mentioned, you can go through these ones, and if you are interested you can download that complete solution. Same for this expense claim request application. So in this page we have mentioned the complete details of this application. You can go through these ones, and if you want to request for a demo you can do that one, and you can also download the complete solution. Now let's get into the actual video. So here I developed one dashboard for my equipment request. So here you can see on the top I was displaying the total number of equipment requests and how many number of pending are there, approved requests how many are there, and rejected how many are there. So whenever the admin people came to the screen, they can able to see how many requests are there based on its status. And then here based on the request and asset type and the request type, I was using the Power Apps charts, different charts like pie chart, column chart, and line chart to display the difference between based on this priority how many members were choose this option. Same for the asset type, you can see in the down with this choice value I was displaying the number of users who chose this one. So it will be helpful for the admin people, they can easily track in this dashboard screen. And before that, let me show you the SharePoint list that I have used as a data source for this dashboard. So here is my equipment request SharePoint list, which is having the fields like title, asset type, and the request type, priority, status, all these fields. Some other fields also there. So, but we are mainly using choice fields. And for this asset type, I have used separate SharePoint list named equipment types. I can also use it as a choice values, but in the later point of the time, if the anyone wants to update these values, they can simply come here and they can update. So for that reason, I created as a separate list. So you no need to get confused about this one. I will explain based on this asset type, request type, and priority status, how we can fetch the values and display in these charts, how we can display. Okay, now let's go to the implementation. I will add one new screen. First, what we have to do is we need to add that SharePoint list data sources to this application. So here you can see equipment request and equipment type, both the SharePoint list I have added into this application. And then in the new screen, whenever we are applying filters for the large data, when the SharePoint list it contains, we might get the delegation issues. So we need to avoid that delegation issues, we need to use collection instead of directly taking the SharePoint list name. So in the new screen on visible property, I created one collection named collection equipment, which is storing the equipment request SharePoint list all the details. And now, so this is all these things I stored in one container. Let me copy this container and I will paste in this screen. So now you can see that entire container values. Now I will explain based on the status how many records are there, like how I was displaying. I will. So in this container, you can see this. Within this container, I made it as a four groups for this one. So in each group, let me first show you this group. So this is the total group, and then within this I have a rectangle only for showing the color purpose, like background color. And then this is the label, which is displaying the normal text like number of total number of equipment request. And then in this text label I am displaying the number. So we need to concentrate on this one. In its text property, you can see, so this is the total number of equipment requests, right? So we need to fetch a number of requests present in the SharePoint list. So since we are using collection instead of data source to avoid delegation, I am using this collection equipment collection name within this counters function. So what this counters function will do is it will count the number of records present in this collection equipment. So it is displaying 7 records. Let's see, when I click on this one, in the SharePoint list, you can see here 7 records are there. So it is correctly fetching that one. And now same for pending equipment request. And before we see like pending request and approved or rejected, first we will see what are the status values are present in this SharePoint list, and based on that we will see. So here you can see this is the status values, choice values. So here we have two types of approvers. One is site manager one and the other one is project manager. For these two we have the approvals like pending, approved, rejected, and same for this one. Now based on these status values we need to consider which one is the pending things and approved and rejected things. For example, pending means we can consider initiated, site manager pending, and this project manager pending. In case of the approved, we can take only this project manager approved because it is the final one, and then rejected we can take both the cases. Now based on this we need to filter the items and we need to display with number of request based on this status value. Come to this application, so here you can see number of pending equipment request. When I go to its text property, so I will make it as a format text. So as we discussed previously, we need to consider three status values for pending. One is site manager pending and this one and initiated, right? So using the counters function, we can fetch number of records where the status value is initiated. So to fetch only those records, I am using this filter function, and within this I am taking data source as a collection, and the condition is like if the status value is initiated, we need to get those records. So this filter, when I click on this one, you can able to see it is only one record. And then here also same, I'm using the filter condition, and within this you can see the status value is project manager pending, and when I click on this counters you can see there is no item with this one, and same for this site manager. And when I click on this one you can see with this status value we have 4 records, so totally 5 records are there. This is one and this is four. So to sum of all these records I'm using the sum function. Within that simply I'm providing the counters function, after this comma another counters function, and like that I am providing, so it will return the sum of the pending equipment request. And same for the approval request, so here we can consider only one because the final one only we are considering. So simply within this filter function I am taking the condition like if the status value is equal to the project manager approved. So this counters function will return whatever the counters like a number of records that filter function is returning. There is only one record, so it is displaying that. And same for rejected one, we can consider two things as a rejected. One is site manager rejected and this is one. So within the filter function I'm checking the status value is equal to this one, and the same for project manager rejected. Now the count rows will return the number of records within this, and sum function will give the sum of these two records. So there was no item with these status values, so it was returning 0. So this way we can able to fetch number of request based on the status values. Now we will see based on the priority and asset type, request type, how we can display number of users are there with these choice values in these different charts. So first we will go through this one. I will add the pie chart into this. So here if we search for pie chart you can get. Okay, so when we add this pie chart, by defaultly it will take some sample data. Now let me show you this one. I have added pie chart, which is a group one. It is containing the three elements. One is this title, so which is displaying the pie chart title, and then this is the pie chart one, and this legend it is displaying the each color usage. Now if we click on this pie chart 2, when we go to this items property, you can see there was a sample data which is containing like some fields data like area, city, density and population. And in the advanced properties, if we go here, so this label it was showing and it is showing the city. If we provide density, you can see that density value it is showing. So here you can able to change. If we provide area, the area number it will show and the population number. So because in the pie chart sample, you can see city name only containing the string, remaining three fields are the numbers only. So for the label purpose, you can show the city ones, and in the serial number, you can able to display these area things. Now, in this pie chart, we will display number of equipment requests are there based on the priority. So here the priority values you can see when I go to settings, column settings, edit. You can see low, medium, high. These three values are there. So based on these three values, how many requests are there from the SharePoint list? We can display that complete details over here. Now in the pie chart 2, go to the display and items property, we will remove this pie chart sample, and then we will add one add columns function, and within that the data source we will take this collection equipment which is a data source of the SharePoint list. And now so add columns function we are using, that is because the priority value, this field it is there, right? It is a choice field, it's not a normal field. So if we take directly this field, we cannot fetch the values of this choice field. To fetch that one, we have to create one more additional column. So that's why I am using this add columns function. Now I will add one column name like priority values. So after this one, we need to choose that priority field. Here you can see, just click on that one, and then we need to fetch those values, right? Just click on the value. Now, if we click on this add columns, so in down you can see the priority values we created newly, right? So that is containing all the values low, medium, high. Like for the 7 records, it is containing, but you can see the priority one, which is a choice field, but it is displaying as a record. In order to fetch these values only, we created additional column. Now we need to know like how many records are there based on each priority value. So for that we can use a group by function. So for this group by function, first here we need to provide which field we need to make it as a group by. So I will choose priority values, and the group by column name is GRP. So now if we click group by, you can see priority value, so low, medium, high, these are the three priority values. And this group by, it is showing again the table one, because with these values some records will be there, and this with this value some records will be there. Now again we need to fetch those values. So to fetch those values, we need to add one more column, additional column. So I will use the add columns function. So we will provide the name as number of requests, and to fetch this value we can use count rows, because it is the group by function is written in the table. We need to get the records of each one, right? So we will use the count rows function, and within this we will provide this record dot grp priority, and this one is closed. Add columns function also close. So now if we see this number of requests I created, now based on the low we have 3 records, and based on the medium we have 3 records, and high we have 1 record. So total are 7 records. In the SharePoint list also we have 7 records, so it is giving correctly. Now you can see here only it was displaying how many are there, but we didn't see like for this one how many items are there. So we can, for doing that, we can also add one more column, add columns. So the column name I will provide one label something, and then here we will concatenate the priority values, comma. So we will take number of request, and then now if I click on this add columns, you can see the label it is containing low 3, medium 3 and high 1. I will provide some space between here. Now you can see it, okay, it is taking more space. Okay, now you can able to see this, right? If we want to display those label values here only, we can able to select this label. So here only it will display high one record and medium three records and low three records. In case in the screen you can see on the top I'm just showing these priority values, and in down only I'm showing that in label value. So to display like that, we will do one thing. So in its items property, whatever we have provided in this one, just copy this entire one, and in its screen on visible property we will create one collection for this one, collection priority value. I will provide that copied function over here, and now we have this collection priority values. So go back to the screen and come again. Now in this pie chart items property, just provide that collection name. So you can get that one. And in the advanced property, you can choose priority values, and here this legend will be there, right? In this one, so in its items property pie chart 2 dot serial labels, it was there, right? Remove that one, and we can use show columns function. Within that, provide the collection that we used for this pie chart, and then take the label. So now you can see it is only displaying these label values, but here in the chart it was displaying the priorities and based on this color. If you don't want these colors, you can adjust those colors in this item color set. So by default they have provided some of the colors. Since we have only three values, you can remove some of the colors, and you can just keep the colors which you want from this one. So that's it. You can use the same formula for this line chart and column chart also, but we need to change the SharePoint list choice column. For example, for this request type, in the screen on visible property I have provided the collection. So we will see that one in the line chart. So wherever we have previously provided priority values and priority, just choose request type and change that column names. Remaining everything is same only, then it will also provide. And then that collection name we have to provide on its line chart items property. So here you can see line chart items property, I just provided simply that collection. So this collection is having the fields that we have seen in the previous one for this pie chart. I hope you understand how to create the different types of charts in Power Apps for tracking the number of requests are present in data source by using the choice values, and also fetching the number of requests based on the status values in the dashboard. And thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe our channel.